Alright, welcome to Gong Show, and they'd be nice enough to let me show you a recipe that I do for smoking salmon. So we're going to do a brine now. This is part one, and then in about a couple days we're going to do part two. So I'm going to show you the recipe that I use, and what this is out of is a Little Chief book that I got probably 20-30 years ago. I used to have the Little Chief, and then I had a Big Chief, and now I have a Bradley smoker. So as you get into needing more space to do more cooking, then you can get a bigger smoker, but the Little Chiefs were a great smoker back in the day. So this recipe here is called the Little Chief Salmon Deluxe, and what we have down here today is what we call a Chinook or a spring salmon. It's probably in the mid-20s, 25 pounder, and what this recipe does is about 10 pounds of fish. So I'm going to do it 2 batches. So I've already prepped one up, so I don't take too much of your time, but I really just want to show you what ingredients go into it to make a very delicious smoked salmon. And in here it says to marinate probably or brine for about a day, 16 hours. I do about 2.5 days. So today being Tuesday, I'm off on Friday, so I'll smoke it on Friday in my Bradley, and what I'll do is I'll show you part two on what type of pucks I use and that sort of thing. So you see over here I've already taken one of the fillets and I've cut it up. So quickly, it takes 2 cups of China Lily soya sauce. It's my favorite type of soya sauce, so I'm going to pour that in there. And when you measure out 2 cups, this is just over 2 cups, so I just pour the whole thing in there. So I start with the liquid, and then I always get my brine salt in first because it takes the longest to dissolve, and that takes a quarter cup of your brine salt. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there, show you quickly. Kosher salt, just it has to be non-iodized is the biggest thing. Okay, so here's your non-iodized salt, and that's in there already. We want a 1/3 cup of sugar. We'll put that in there, and then 2 cups of soy. We already got our 1/4 cup of the iodized salt, and we need 1 cup of water, which I got over here. That goes in there too. And then what I do differently, they say a 1/2 teaspoon of onion, garlic, and pepper. I go 1 teaspoon. I like a bigger taste in them, so I just pour 1 of my onion. Yeah, Jack, thank you, Jack, for filming me today. He's going to give you the ingredients a little bit more. It's the one on the top, son.
You can just pause the video right now if you guys want to overlook it.
Perfect.
There you go.
And again, and then I'm going to do my pepper. And then you got to really stir it good because the brine salt doesn't seem to dissolve as well. And my son Jack there, he also has a YouTube channel called Paradox Ghost. If you want to visit that too, it's a really cool thing that they do on there, him and his buddy. But again, this is really a big shout out to my buddy at Gong Show. I really enjoy doing films for him and different things. He does a lot to do with motors, and he just worked on my Fury for a little while. And I thought it'd be nice maybe to throw this onto his channel so you guys and gals could maybe enjoy some smoked salmon at home. So last thing I'm gonna do is just gonna throw in a little bit of wine. It's a cup of white wine, whatever you like. And you can always have a little drink while you do it up too. Alright. So again, the biggest thing is just making sure you stir this really, really well. You can see in this one here, that's a 1/2 fillet. I've already cut it up. I like to keep the meat side down and the skin up, because you're not marinating or you're not brining the skin. You're trying to get the meat. And then every day what I'll do is I'll flip it around and I'll make sure that I get the meat all the way through. So this fish, like I said, was a little bit big, was in the mid-20s. Sockeye is definitely my favorite fish to do. spring is a close second. So spring, coho, sockeye, and yeah, we'll stop in a couple seconds here, and then I'll cut this one up and do it too. But really, again, it's 2 cups of soya sauce and a cup of wine, cup of water, and then I like the garlic, the onion, and the powder in it. So, and then I do a little bit of Tabasco sauce, just a little hit on her. You don't taste the heat or anything, so don't worry if you're someone that doesn't like something that's hot or what have you. You don't even notice it, but it is in the recipe. So okay, now that I'm finished and just cleaned up and everything, just wanted to show you what it kind of looks like. I got my 2 Tupperwares full, and again, in a day I'll flip them, move them around, try to get the soy sauce and the brine all the way through nice and evenly. So, and again, I do about 2.5 days. So just a reminder too, you know, if you like this video, give me a like, and if you have any comments, you tried it and it was good, or comments it wasn't, or whatever you want to do. I mean, it'd be just nice to hear from you that you tried it, because really I fished my whole life, and the reason I do fish is just because I like to share and give people nice treats and stuff like that. So that's about it. I want to just thank Gong Show for letting me put this on here. Remember, this is part 1. In a couple days I'll put on part 2, and then you can have it all together. I'll show you my Bradley, I'll show you the different pucks that I use, and we'll go from there, and you'll really enjoy it. Thanks for watching Gong Show, everybody.